If you had the entire world's attention for a minute, what would you say? I'd say, "Good evening. This is your captain. We are about to attempt a crash landing. Please extinguish all cigarettes. Place your tray tables in their upright, locked position." Your captain says, "Put your head on your knees." Your captain says, "Put your head on your hands." Captain says, "Put your hands on your head, put your hands on your hips." Hey hey! This is your captain and we are going down. We are all going down, together. We're going down. Way into the ground. And I said, uh-oh, thought this is gonna be some day. I'd say the hell is LA? I think we can all agree that we prefer to live in a world where people are kind, patient, and generous. These things can only be achieved if each person believes that everyone else will act accordingly as well. Starting now, everyone knows that everyone else has heard this message, so we all know that anyone who chooses to act with cruelty is doing so despite knowing it is harming everyone around him. Therefore, it is in everyone's best interest to be kind to each other and to stand up against cruelty. Hopefully, this will make way for a better world. Just because hamsters are small, doesn't mean you should give them a small cage. 1 by 1 meter is the standard you should be going for. Those wire cages slightly bigger than a shoebox are animal abuse. So are the tiny wheels. In nature they run tens of kilometers each night. It's abuse, the same how locking a dog in a small room their whole life is animal abuse. Parents that buy these crappy cages for their kids, or get them other pets without looking up the minimal requirements for the pet's well-being, will be rounded up and punished. Bang's fist's blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day, Waves arm how long we have been striving for greatness? Bang's fist not only the years we've been at war, the war of work, but from the moment as a child when we realized that the world could be conquered. It has been a lifetime's struggle. Waves arms. A never-ending fight. I say to you at its podium and you'll understand that it is a privilege to fight. We are warriors. Why the fuck are you doing anything about the United States not codifying gender equality while knowing how much influence the United States has on that matter, and how if half the world isn't equal, how will we ever all be equal? How can we expect to solve any of our world's problems if we believe that women aren't as capable as men to solve them? And we haven't even begun to discuss the consequences of not seeing how issues that impact women uniquely are either ignored or not even seen as issues. This is a message from God. You are a mistake. Kill yourselves, because I am raining this planet with literal hellfire within a week, and frankly, the hellfire will hurt. A lot. A lot more than pregnancy or getting kicked in the balls. Then watch as the chaos breaks loose. Of course, the earth doesn't get raised in this scenario, hopefully. Oh, and also, invest in stocks on the 7th day, as they remain in an all-time low. I'd probably try to say something about bringing us together in peace, stop the division, working to save our planet and for our future, try to make people realize that the government is what divides us and we can rise against it for peace, and I'd for sure end up tripping on my words, stuttering, starting sentences and losing my train of thought because there are 8 billion people listening to me. You're all killing each other over imaginary make-believe bullshit from thousands of years ago when we lived to 30 max and thought the moon was cheese. You only live once in this life, treat all existence with respect because when you die, you no longer exist. Killing someone is worse than you imagine because they don't go to heaven or hell, you erase them from reality. If it's purpose you're lacking, focus on improving as a human. You will find your purpose through your transcendence. It will sustain you during the hardships that inevitably come. And there's no shortcut to being great at anything. It's only when you start living that life every day will you start to believe in yourself. Otherwise you're just blowing smoke. I dress to the nines first of all. In a commander's uniform, I declare myself ruler of the world and suggest I've purchased every military with my vast fortune. You know, all the world's currency. It's worthless now. I've replaced it with a currency of my own. Then, I'd start explaining a plan on currency distribution that I don't time to explain. Let's stop wasting money and lives in all these senseless wars. The money spent could easily afford brand new infrastructure and schools in every single country on Earth if we simply stopped spending it on bullets, bombs, missiles, tanks, battleships, etc. Factor in the human costs and it really becomes expensive. Yeah, I know. I'm a dreamer. We have lived in a time of abundance and most of our economic growth has gone to stupid things. Engineers spend millions of man-hours to get one more click, one more scroll out of you. NFTs, trillions of computing power to Bitcoin. Think about what we could have done with all the brain power, all the computing power. For the love of anything you hold dear, stop destroying the planet. What is wrong with you all? Throw out any politician not showing how they will sort this now and calling on all of the others to do the same. We have been talking for decades and done next to nothing in the world as we know it is ending. I would say something like the Buddha or Jesus. Be kind and tolerant. Don't judge. Free yourself from negative thoughts and actions. Mind your own business if you have nothing to say or to do good. Treat the animals and people around you, like you would being treated. Be you, and let others be. Gemstone. I'm going to be perfectly honest and I would probably not use this to the best of my ability. I have so many things I'd like to say and wouldn't know which to choose, so I probably just make a weird noise and giggle to myself awkwardly. Maybe sing an annoying song? Decision paralysis sucks, smiley face. I'd make the rich poor and the poor rich. You can only really understand poverty if you live in it and where wealth should go, knowing what you know about poverty. Plenty of money in the world to make everyone happy if it's distributed equally and fairly. Bit like the movie Trading Places. Everyone is in suspense, anticipation is building. 30 seconds in, I've yet to saying some. 10 seconds pass, I stand still and stare. 5 seconds left, I finally say something. X200B. Pizza Hut Band-Aid. And my minute is over. I will refuse to elaborate for the rest of my existence. I will have a great speech in my head and I'd be so nervous, and once I had that minute to speak my voice would crack and I would mispronounce a few words and everyone would laugh at me while I was trying to be serious. Then I would just laugh it off because I knew I couldn't handle it. Not religious, but I live hardcore by the value to treat others as you would like to be treated yourself. You don't like to be bullshit on, lied to, being bullied, oppressed, abused, insulted. But you like to be positively inspired and treated kindly? It all starts with yourself. Hi everyone, just a reminder that the world will be resetting on Monday next week. Please be sure to wrap up any quest lines you want to, but remember character progress will be reset, and if you are not subscribed then your character will no longer be accessible. Realistically, you couldn't convince people of whatever message you have in just a minute, so probably just try and force a fart into the mic. Also, this message is sponsored by your boy, Raid Shadow Legends. Remember to donate to my Patreon. I once saw something similar to this, in which the point was, what would you say if you could speak to everyone in the world at the same time telepathically? One comment was, your God is real, and watch the world evolve into all-out war. Greetings, friend. Do you wish to look as happy as me? Well, you got the power inside you right now. Use it, and send $1 to Happy Dude, 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield. Don't delay. Eternal happiness is only $1 away. Stop voting on stuff you have no clue about just because somebody tells you to go vote. Learn about it, think about it and form your own opinion about it first, and I don't mean read a single tweet and then assume you're an expert now. Fools, you do not know? Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words so I can teach you. Take my arm so I can reach to. But I know, my words like silent raindrops will fall. And none of you would care. To destroy the sound of silence. I'd say that I've been given this time to tell them an event that will change humanity forever. Some may live, some may die, but it must happen. Then proceed to count down the remaining minute to 0, then just see what happens next. If it is America, I would say stop fighting over politics. Politicians don't give a fuck about you. And to the world I say stop fighting over a hunk of dirt. Live and let live. That goes for fucking religion too. If the most corrupt politician in your city isn't dead within the hour, every single operational nuke will be launched towards major cities. This ultimatum will reoccur every year until actual democracy is restored. If you are going to run the world like how a friend drove a car and only look at the first 50 feet, plan on not surviving too. Life is not a sum-zero game, and willful ignorance is where the prisoner is the jailer. You cannot kill someone for what they may or may not do to you in the future. It's only self-defense if it's immediate and eliminating the attacker going for their family and nation, as well as straight-up murder. I tell on my mom, she was complicit in the kidnapping of my child a few years ago and she goes around pretending like she's been kicked out of my life for no reason. I want the world to know what she's done. I would tell everyone to watch Doctor Who. I mean, let's be realistic, I cannot convince the world to stop wars, to be better, or anything. Entertainment is what people want. So I'll just say it's a cool series. Hear me, subjects of Immer. My name is Eren Yeager. I'm addressing my fellow subjects of Immer, speaking to you directly through the power of the Founder. All the walls on the island of Paradis have crumbled to be a dick to each other. I would have asked for peace or being nice, but hey, we all know that doesn't work. You're all mostly shits. Remember that from now till the day you die, because we all do eventually. With a number of experiences, perspectives, and shades of knowledge in the world, the idea that a comment from a single person would be valuable in some way to all of humanity is pretty arrogant. Everyone stop being a bunch of bitches, and mind your business. Also, social media isn't as important as you think, and you're all cringy trying to be social stars with your ordinary ass lives. Cheerleading is not a sport. Liking The Office doesn't make you cool. No one cares what you ate for lunch. Extraterrestrial life exists. In that order, competitive cheer gets a pass. If every woman on Earth only reproduced through artificial insemination, in just 2-3 generations, we could literally and figuratively control the means of production. Now behave, y'all here. Please, can we majorly address the fact that fishing gear accounts for approximately 70 of plastics more than 20 centimeters in size that float on the surface, and 86 of plastic waste on the seafloor? I would say, listen to this, it's too good to miss it, and then let out a gigantic fart. After all, everyone knows that farts are funny and the world could do with a good laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball, this is your true creator. There are no gods. Only myself, a programmer. Due to your cruelty to one another, I have engineered an insufferable hell after you die. Hope you're excited.